Jaded London. Some people hate it, some people think it's just okay, and pretty much nobody loves it except for me, question mark. I don't know, I personally have a very complicated relationship with the brand. There's so much about it that I simply do not rate, and yet I find myself scrolling the new in tab pretty much every time I receive my fucking paycheck. Why do most people dislike the brand? Why do I kind of like the brand despite kind of disliking the brand? We're going to answer all of this, so stay tuned. The brand was founded in 2013 by two siblings, Jade and Grant Golden. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that surname correctly. From the start, they had gained popularity through their ability to stay on trend. I specifically remember from around 2020 to 2022, they were far less focused on this emo type of aesthetic and were more on like a stylish skater dude type of aesthetic. This aesthetic was, of course, trending a lot more at the time, so it does make sense. The fact that the brand continues to completely change its entire brand image is something that most people, including me, can forget a lot of the time. So, why do I, along with many people, have a common distaste for the brand? Well, their quality to price ratio is probably the first thing that comes to mind. If you don't know, about 7 out of 10 products sold on the Jaded London website are pretty terrible quality. I've personally had garments come with thread sticking out. I've had garments come with buttons missing literally after just a single try on, even not even use. And some products genuinely just can also look nothing like advertised, which is also, really terrible. These factors also do make it blatantly apparent that Jaded London is indeed a fast fashion brand, and as we know, fast fashion definitely equals bad. So, and when you then bring the ridiculous price points into it, the situation just becomes even worse. Huh? Despite them trying their hardest not to present themselves as fast fashion through very counterculture and young rockstar-esque advertising, the people still see through most of it. I mean, just take a look at the TikTok comments underneath the said advertising and you'll see people just pretty much just hating on the brand. Hey, we're looking at my phone now because I thought, what better way to convey what I'm talking about than actually going on the Jaded London TikTok account. As I said, the style is very, very gaudy, very grungy. I think for me, it's hard exactly to explain just why this is all so disingenuine. Disingenuine is not a word apparently. Actually, I just found that out 10 minutes ago, so let me not say that. Ingenuine, which is the opposite of genuine. The more you fucking know, I don't know. It is so hard for me to tell you exactly why all of this is so inauthentic without just straight up sounding like a hater. Because on paper, this does just look like a brand with its image and they're just trying to sell clothes to young stylish people, right? But man, I've told you what this brand is really about. You saw the screenshot of the website back in 2022. This is just not what they were doing at all. And I feel like, especially in 2025, we shouldn't necessarily have brands that are so blatantly making clothes for cheap and are so blatantly biting aesthetics and style for profit and literally nothing else. I feel like we've reached an age of ingenuity where so many things just aren't real and are fabricated and are simply there just to kind of manipulate, or they're just there for you to buy into. Specifically considering where we've come from, say for example back in the 2000s where fast fashion wasn't nearly as prominent and clothes weren't nearly as massively produced. For a brand to look like this back then, it would have had come from a designer who very specifically resonates with this type of punk rock aesthetic. You could feel it. Say for example Ed Hardy, right? Brand from the 2000s, everybody knows it. That guy was he was an actual tattoo artist and that came out in his clothes. Ed Hardy was definitely, at least initially, a brand for kind of punk rock people. It was somewhat of an alternative brand in that sense, and it came from a genuine designer who actually makes art and translated it onto his clothes.
Ed Hardy is arguably the most important tattooer the 20th century.
Ed's drawing is just raw. You know, Ed'll cross lines, Ed'll lip shade.
He can blur those lines between tattooing and fine art. He's always doing that.
Here, you very clearly have a group of people inside of a corporate office who have curated a brand which will, you know, appeal to not necessarily the masses, but a very specific and very big group of people. Like, I do like a lot of these garments. I think this on the right here with the little, or on the left now, with the little skeletal type of graffiti, whatever you want to call that. That's a cool ass long sleeve. If I was to wear that, bro, I'd be the swaggiest in the establishment wherever I'm at. I think as an overall, I will commend Jaded London for having such a solid foundation and aesthetic and vibe. They know exactly what they're doing. It's just you pair the price point with the quality of the garments, which you can even tell in some of these videos just how bad the quality really is. Look at that pink hoodie. Realistically, actually see how thin this hoodie is. Clothes didn't used to look like this, bro. They just didn't. And if the brand was authentically crafted with genuine care and love, the hoodie just wouldn't look like that. It would be far thicker than that. You know what I mean? Look at those pants. They are genuinely so thin. Yeah, and then you have, I guess, like the women's side of things. I know they're like bikinis and swimwear are trending right now and people really like them. Is that AI? Weird. Very weird. Anyway, I think I've covered kind of what I wanted to say. I kind of waffled my way through it. I'm gonna be so honest, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, overall the brand is just like super disingenuous. I'd go as far to say that Jaded London is not even a brand. Is simply just a muse for whatever the youngsters are into within a given time, for whatever is sought after and will consequently sell very well. Now, as for why I keep going back to the brand, well, if I was to describe the aesthetics of Jaded London menswear in 3 words, there would be emo, grungy, and kinda sexy. And if I were to describe my preferred style and aesthetics when it comes to fashion or even just general media, they would be, you guessed it, emo, grungy, and kinda sexy. Unfortunately, like most people, I don't like having to deep dive for things that I want. I'm a lazy guy. So when you give me a brand that is easily accessible, quick on shipping, has free returns, that one is important, and is perfectly suited to my wardrobe and my wardrobe aspirations, I can't help but indulge. Rather than having to go on a manhunt for the things I want using Depop or Grailed, I can simply sit back and have these same things spoon fed to me every couple of weeks. See, literally just one search on Google will tell you about how Jaded London are frequently dropping new products on their website, reflecting the fast fashion business model. We can ignore that part for right now. We're talking about the good, not the bad. So known for their trend-led fast fashion approach, constantly releasing new collections, blah blah blah, updating their website with new items to keep up with current trends. See, they release very frequently, and even though this in itself could be seen as a negative, and literally is a negative, it also, like I said, is a positive, because we're constantly being fed these products, these clothes, these garments. It's very convenient. It is also bad, not only for the world, but for us as people and our brains and consumerism as a whole. But it is what it is. Convenience, man. Just convenience. It can be difficult to shy away from. The funny thing is, I've probably gotten at least half of my outfit compliments from when I'm wearing Jaded London products. I have this very cool blood red like leather jacket that I've gotten literally endless compliments on, young, old, whatever. So many compliments on that jacket, and I'm gonna bait myself out right now. It's from Jaded London. It's from Jaded London. People in the real world cannot tell the fucking difference between authenticity and inauthenticity, but that's a conversation for another day. There is also the fact that your secondhand product may very well not fit exactly how you want it to, in which case you'll have to literally just hold the L rather than using Jaded London's Jaded London's free return policy. We are happy to refund your items within 30 days of receipt. It must come with tags, original packaging, blah blah blah. So basically it's very simple. There have literally been times where I've ordered a garment from them. Been too lazy to return it. 20 days pass by and I can still return it. And it's boom, bow, bow. Within 5 days, I have my fucking refund. Now, as much as it may sound like it, I am not in any way trying to defend Jaded London. I still do obviously buy things secondhand myself and will actively look for rare, unique pieces regularly, you know? Like half of my wardrobe is literally from Depop. So no, I'm not trying to defend Jaded London, but I am maybe trying to defend Jaded London users. Hey, it's another day, another dollar. I thought what better way to end this video than to actually go through the Jaded London website together and see what's currently up, see what I think of the garments on there, of the prices correlated with the garments that are on there. This is my official, unofficial Jaded London review. Okay, right off the bat, not wearing this one. Not my cup of tea. See, okay, this is what I mean, right? You've got this t-shirt, which you can see is clearly a very flimsy, not necessarily greatly made, nicely tailored t-shirt, but it's £45. How does that make any sense? Let's actually be honest for a second. This is kind of a shitty tee. Like, this is genuinely kind of a shitty tee, and it's £45. I'm not a hater, bro. I'm just being honest. And this is coming from someone currently wearing Jaded. Okay, I fuck with this, see? And then now we have the other side of things where it's like, oh, look at this button up, pinstripe shirt. This is so my aesthetic, but it's £55. But if I had the money, would I get it for £55? Because I know if I was to put it on in the motherfucking function and all the people that see me wearing this motherfucking pinstripe shirt, they're gonna say, you look so motherfucking cool. Would I spend that £55 because of that? Yeah, I probably would, and that's the dilemma. That's why I thought, let me make this video, because this is crazy. Jaded London is driving me insane. This hoodie is pretty cool. Would I buy it? No. Would I wear it? I could maybe style it. £75 though. This tee is really cool. I'm not too sure about the fit, and again, it is £42, but I think I'd maybe be able to rock that very well. This one is really cool too. Wouldn't necessarily wear the polka dots. I like this polo. I would wear it. Would I buy it? Yeah. Honestly, I think the moral of what I'm trying to say with this video, like I just explained, none of this video is me necessarily trying to bash Jaded London, nor is it me trying to defend Jaded London. I just wanted to shine light on just how bad this brand kind of is, while also making a point as to why you shouldn't just straight up judge somebody for wearing a certain thing. I think that's my point with this video. Don't bash people for what they wear, especially online, because like I said with the leather jacket, come to real life, nobody gives a shit, nobody bats an eye. They're gonna rate you, they're gonna think what you're wearing is really cool. Don't bash people online for stupid shit, for liking certain types of brands, but also keep your mind open just to how inauthentic, overpriced and fast fashion a lot of these brands really are. So low-key boycott Jaded London, but at the same time, don't ever stop selling what you're selling, because I like your clothes. Anyway, I think that's cool. I think we can stop that there. This has been fun, getting my thoughts across on Jaded London, finally. The brand which drives me crazy. I don't know, shouts out to the two siblings who made the brand. I'm sure you guys are like millionaires at this point. Shouts outs to everybody who decided to give the video a watch. Maybe subscribe if you do like what I do. Maybe even leave a like if you want to. I don't know, any type of support really does help me. I'm taking this YouTube thing very seriously now. Yeah, any type of support does really help.